Hi, my name is Megan. I am the author behind Conquer in Spite of. You can find the link to my blog right down there. Please feel free to click on it, but after you've watched this video. For the next 6 months, I ended up in the hospital at least once a month. A couple times I ended up in the hospital once a week, or actually twice. There was twice in 1 week, and because I was just getting sick over and over and over. I have a feeling it was because I was on steroids, and I was on, oh, now I forgot the word for it. What do you call it? That thing that, penicillin type stuff? I found out I was also allergic to penicillin, so that was, and eventually my mom takes me to see this orthopedic specialist. He recommends that I go see a rheumatologist, and the doctor he initially recommends couldn't see me. He wasn't taking new patients. No one else I called in the nearby vicinity of me was taking new patients. So he used his contacts, and there was a doctor who very, very qualified to treat me. So I go to the rheumatologist and I tell him my medical history, what happened. He takes some x-rays of my back and my knees. I don't remember why, but to check to see if there was arthritis in my joints. And we take blood tests, and there was just so much stuff going on. It's hard for me to even remember it, mostly because there was just so much stress and I had no idea what was going on, and fear was a common theme for those 6 months. I was terrified of what I was going to find out, and I was scared that I'd never find out, and all I wanted was to get better. Like that's all I really wanted. So we come back after a while when the test results come back in, and my mom and I was really nervous, and my mom was pretty nervous too, I think. And so, I scared myself so bad that I had to go to the bathroom. So I'm in the bathroom. I come out. Mom's like, okay, now you've got me needing to use the bathroom. So she goes to the bathroom, and while she's gone, the doctor walks in. And so we kind of sit there, and he reviews his notes and just kind of stands there reading them. And I'm like shaking on the inside. So my mom finally comes in, and he stands up, shakes her hand, and he sits on one of the corners by the bookshelf, and he says, I barely remember this part. All I know is he says, you have undifferentiated connective tissue disease, and then something about it being almost lupus, and something, and then he says, there's a 33, you get a third of a chance that, he has better grammar than I do. I'm kind of like fuzzy brained right now. So he says, a third of the people who have this usually get completely better after 10 years. A third go on to develop full-blown lupus. And then a third of the people stayed the same way they are now. So, and my mom took that, she was like, oh, that's 66.66% of good news. I'm like, I don't hear I only hear 33.33% of good news. So I don't know what you're listening to. I mean, the idea of having this for my entire life is terrifying. Because I hate the feeling of pain, and I hate how easily I get sick, and I hate like how I have to like focus on things that I never had to focus on before, and I don't like not knowing what could happen to me in the future. Like, there's a pretty good chance that I'll be okay, but like my last doctor's visit, the doctor was like, "Oh, your thyroid feels inflamed." Like, all I could think is, what now? Like, sometimes I get so tired of this, and it's very frustrating. So it's been a year and a half now with my lupus, or undifferentiated connective tissue disease, for a while, and now it's lupus, I think. I don't really know. All I know is that I have 7 of the 11 symptoms based on my observation. Oh, so odd. I just know my doctor calls it lupus now instead of undifferentiated connective tissue disease. And then he also threw around the word fibromyalgia, which actually makes sense, but that's really not something I want to add to the mix. And then there was the thyroid problem. I don't even know if it is a problem yet. We have to just watch it. Like, how much more can you add on to this? Like, I have this crazy story of how I got my lupus, and now I have to figure out how to live with it for the rest of my life. I'm 20 years old. If I live to be 60, that's 40 more years of dealing with this. If I live to be 80, oh my god, that's 60 more years of living with this unless a cure is found. And I see people my age going out and they're partying and they're doing all this crazy stuff and all the stuff that 20-year-olds normally do, and I can't always be included in what they're doing, because drinking copious amounts of alcohol until you're, I don't know, puking all over, yeah, probably not very good for your liver and your body, and no. I have to take care of my body if I want it to work for me.